Most important thing to look at is the radar shows the fact that across central Maryland, it is pretty much done. Maybe a few more snow showers this evening, but the bulk of the precip is now shifted to the east and the northeast across the region. As you can clearly see all across, in fact, most of the state now is pretty clear across the entire region. There you see it. Still snowing in the Dover area. Cambridge still has some snow shower activity. Salisbury and Ocean City actually getting some snow now right down by the beaches. In New Jersey as well. But all across central Maryland, this dry air has come in and stopped the snow. So it looks like, except for a few isolated snow showers, we are done with any accumulating snow across the region. We're also been above freezing for quite a few hours now. 33 in Baltimore now, 34 in Frederick to the north, still 31 in Westminster, but 33 in Ocean City. They're getting some snow down there. And out to the west, 34 Cumberland, and a cold 25 degrees out in Oakland. Tim has an update on some of the snowfall totals that we've accumulated all during the day. Tim?
Well, they've been impressive. Of course, we've been talking about a basic 1-2 punch with this system. Started yesterday, continued through today. And these are some of the numbers now. As we're seeing the snow winding down, we think that these will be very close to the maximum amounts that we're seeing. And I'll give you a range. Sabillasville in Frederick County, 15 inches there. Bloomfield, also in Frederick County, 14.4 inches there. Line Barrow with 13.5 inches. That's out toward Carroll County. Long Meadow, 13 inches there. That's in Washington County out toward Hagerstown. And then Frostburg, of course, in Allegheny. And then Hartford with Norrisville, 11 inches in both of those locations. Some other locations for you. Hagerstown, 9 inches of snow. Bel Air, 7.8. Reisterstown in Baltimore County, 7 inches there. Pikesville, actually in the Baltimore City location, we're looking at 6.4 inches. BWI Thurgood Marshall officially 4.6, so not much south of the metro area. And Perry Hall, one of the areas that got just 4 inches of snow. So again, most of this is going to be on the grass throughout most of the state, but the roads are going to be damp, so we're going to be keeping a close eye on the potential for refreezing for anything that's not treated on the roadways and the sidewalks. We'll continue to keep you posted. For now, back over to you.
WJZ reporters are all over the state with a look at how this spring snowstorm is impacting our region. Let's go to Mike Helgren live at BWI Thurgood Marshall Airport. Mike?
Mary, delays persist at this hour. Let's take a look out at the airfield. They have done a remarkable job keeping the tarmac clear throughout this storm. However, a look at the departures board. There were 60 canceled flights and some 30 that were getting out on time. The fourth nor'easter in 4 weeks led to major cancellations at BWI Marshall.
Is this the first day of spring, for real?
Gerald Mason is trying to get back to Los Angeles.
We went out on the runway and then we sat there for 3 hours until we were notified that the flights were canceled and we were going in.
How frustrating has it been for you and your family?
No, it's pretty frustrating.
Delta Airlines ran out of de-icing fluid, leading to more grounded flights. But the airport stayed open thanks to lots of heavy equipment keeping the tarmac clear.
Our snow team has been at work since last night working to keep the airfield clear. We've been clearing and plowing runways and taxiways for airline operations. We do anticipate some widespread airline flight cancellations through this evening.
People settled in for long waits, some making temporary homes in the Southwest Terminal.
How have you been passing the time here?
Just laying on the floor.
We've been out here for,
I don't know, like
13 or 14 hours, I think.
More like 10 hours.
A travel mess on this first day of spring.
What do you think about all this snow on the first day of spring?
It's crazy. Like, you know, spring break, what's that?
What's that indeed on a day like today? You're looking live at this big yellow truck. That is the snow melter. They brought in backhoes full of snow, filled it up. They melt that snow down. The record for this date here at BWI Marshall is 9.7 inches of snow set back in the 1960s. We didn't reach that today, but it's little consolation for those who remain stuck here tonight. Live at BWI Marshall, Mike Helgren, WJZ.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much. Let's go now to Rick Ritter live in Frederick with conditions there. Rick?
Well, Vic, we've been in Frederick for more than 11 hours, and for the first time, it has actually stopped snowing. But it's been a long day in terms of the conditions and that heavy snow accumulating on the ground. Now, the major concern is tonight and then, of course, tomorrow morning as well. It's the first full day of spring, but Mother Nature has other plans. one more system that's wreaking havoc on the entire state.
I thought it was just going to be a couple inches or not at all, but it definitely hit us like they said it was going to hit us.
Driving along I-70 West, visibility drops by the mile as several cars spin out due to the slick conditions. In Frederick, it's one of the hardest hit areas.
It's crazy having this much snow on the second day of spring.
That's where plow trucks have been out for hours Wednesday, trying to keep up with the snowfall.
It's progressively getting worse. I don't see it letting it up anytime until probably around 9, 10 o'clock tonight.
Side streets, a nightmare. But for some, this is what they dialed up.
Well, I think it's normal for March. We always have one late snowstorm in March, and I wanted one big snowstorm.
Others left trudging through the snow have had enough.
I wish it would stop, actually.
Wondering how much more winter weather Maryland can handle. Again, back out here live in Frederick for the first time since we've been here all day. It has actually stopped snowing. State police say they've responded to hundreds of calls for accidents today. More than 2,000 calls for service due to the storm because of the worry about what conditions could be tonight and then tomorrow morning with that commute. Frederick County has already closed schools. Live in Frederick tonight, I'm Rick Ritter for WJZ.
Rick, thank you. Of course, we just heard Baltimore County is also closed for tomorrow, along with Harford County. Let's go out to Kimberly Eaton. She's live out in Carroll County, Westminster, with the WJZ Mobile Weather Lab. Kimberly?
And Mary, school's closed tomorrow here as well. Now, we've been cruising around Carroll County for about the last 9 hours, and I want to give you a look from the WJZ Mobile Weather Lab at the road conditions at this time. Significantly different from when we got here around 10 o'clock this morning. I want to show you some video of that as well. Plows and salt trucks out in full force, even at that hour as the storm was bearing down. This shows you our route from Baltimore up to Carroll County. You can see those trucks all over 795, then on MD 140 and on surface streets and in neighborhoods. But an absolute uphill battle because the storm just would not quit, meaning little rest for the hardworking road crews who we've still seen out tonight. Gregory Locks with Carroll County Roads says they have been pushing, plowing, now mostly salting, but working nonstop since 7 a.m. yesterday. Listen to what he has to say.
We've been operating continuously since then. We have roughly 90 trucks out on the road currently, doing full-scale operations, plowing and salting. Behind them, currently we're just trying to keep the roads open and clear as much snow as we can.
And even as the snowstorm fades away, they're still asking for patience. They're asking for drivers to give plenty of distance as those crews continue to work into tonight. And as we've been driving through Carroll County tonight, we've been asking folks to send us locations that they wanted us to check out. We've been to Westminster, Manchester, Hampstead, Finksburg, New Windsor, Tawnytown, all over the place. And I just want to thank everybody for helping us along with that. We hope we gave you a good enough look, but of course we're still out here working. We'll have more for you tonight. For now, reporting live in Carroll County, I'm Kimberly Eaton. Back to you on TV Hill.
Okay, Kimberly, thank you very much. Of course, we appreciate what you and everyone else is doing out there for us. Let's check in now with Jonathan McCall in Hereford. Jonathan.
Hey, Vic, right now we're getting once again just a huge break from some of the snow that we've just been seeing that's been falling in this area all day. Want to give you an idea on just a look at some of that snow that has been falling. Just once again, just layers on layers on layers and inches of snow that has been falling here. We've been watching as a number of plow trucks have been out and about clearing the streets. As you can see right now, because of that break that we have been having in the weather, it's allowed some of the ice and the snow here to melt. But this is the concern that many of those drivers will have tonight, cautious about this stuff freezing.
While there are signs that spring has sprung, people across Maryland are trying to thaw out from yet another massive storm, reminding many of them of winter.
We haven't had a day like this at all since winter started, and it just happened to be the first day of spring that the snow came down.
Jack Eisenach and his friends helped clear the snow from their neighbors' driveways.
Nothing better than coming out on a snow day with your buddies and shoveling some driveways.
Plow trucks have also been packing the streets, treating roads to reduce the number of crashes.
We're doing as best we can. We're clearing them out pretty good.
But not all drivers have been so lucky. Whiteout conditions have reduced visibility in some areas, leading to a number of crashes, keeping tow truck drivers like Ryan Shannon plenty busy.
Tomorrow, if it winds up being ice tonight, like getting down below freezing, then tomorrow morning it'll probably be a busy morning.
And we have seen more and more cars and drivers get out on the roads now that the snow has kind of let up. We've also been watching those plow trucks as they've been going in and out, picking up salt, and then immediately turning back on the roads. We haven't heard of any real, anything about any major crashes here in this part of Baltimore County, and that's because we have been seeing those plow trucks in and out. But the one thing that people will likely want to watch out for overnight and for the next few days, the ice as well as the snow on higher elevations like power lines and on trees that could be falling. In Baltimore County tonight, I'm Jonathan McCall reporting for WJZ.
All right, Jonathan, thank you. Avajoy Burnett is in Bel Air with the latest on the conditions there. She is still smiling. Hi, Avajoy.
I thought you were going to say she's still there. We're still here at our location off Main Street, and as the night appears, the workers, they're still here trying to clear whatever snow they need to get rid of. The roads are okay. The sidewalks, they're working on them, but there's still spots where they're a little bit tricky. We want to let you know, kids, there will be no school tomorrow. A snow day in Harford County means some people are putting in work. Photojournalist Eric Nielsen captured the guys on wheels in Bel Air.
So what's it like out there? It's horrible. It's not fun at all. We've been out here for hours upon hours right now.
In Harford County, a few inches have fallen already, and it's not over yet. By the time it's all said and done, the county executive is predicting up to 10 inches.
For us, it's going to be mainly a snow removal operation. We still urge folks not to park on the roads and to stay off the roads if possible.
No school and no work for some has worked in favor for crews. They want you to stay off the roads.
Well, if you have no need to go out, if you're really not an emergency provider or someone in the public safety field, nurses, if you don't have a need to go out, stay home. It's not worth coming out here.
In the first full day of spring, Mother Nature is showing us who's the boss.
It's winter, but it's spring, right?
Okay, so we want to remind you kids and parents and the staff members for schools, no school tomorrow in Harford County for tomorrow. We're adding them to the list of school closures for tomorrow, but Harford County has a unique situation here because they've run out of school days or snow days after tomorrow. They will have to go to school next week, Wednesday. That was initially scheduled to be a day off. Live in Bel Air, Avajoy Burnett for WJZ.